Campaign in Nagaland with a slogan, Lotus will bloom in Nagaland, from the home turf of Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patan. BJP National President Jagat Prakash Nada in a public rally in Wokas Old Rupim village reiterates Naga Accord inked in 2015 will bring peace to the state. In order to advance true understanding among the Naga insurgent groups, NSCN-IM and the Working Committee of the Naga National Political Groups renewed a June 13, 2009 Covenant of Reconciliation. Development takes place in the presence of Forum for Naga Reconciliation, Retired General V.S. Atem, Collective Leadership of NSCN-IM, and Alezo Venu, Co-Coordinator of Working Committee NNPGs. Extending support towards Eastern Nagaland People's Organization resolution to abstain from any central and state election, Chang frontal bodies resolved to firmly stick with the ENPO's decision. CK is to firmly support the ENPO's resolution to boycott any electioneering process within the Chang jurisdiction. The Lok Jan Shakti Party Ramvilas Nagaland extends support to the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization's demand for a separate state. Party states that ever since Nagaland had attained statehood in 1963, the Eastern Naga people have been duly neglected in various development fields. Following a acute shortage of teachers in Zinubodo Government College, the Zinubodo Range Students' Union submits a representation to the Department of Higher and Technical Education seeking immediate appointment of 21 teachers in the college within 15 days. Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. You are watching English Prime Time with me, Chipen Kfung. Let's look at the stories in detail. With the state assembly elections nearing, the Party Achanda Party kick-started their political campaign in Nagaland with slogan, Lotus will bloom in Nagaland, as the BJP National President Jagat Prakash Nada addressed a public rally in Wokas Old Rupim village during the opening day of his two-day visit to the poll-bound state. He typically highlighted the achievements of Modi government and reminded the vision the centre has for the state and the northeast. The BJP national chief said that the centre wants a prosperous region, and the Naga Accord signed in 2015 between the union government and the NSCN-IM will bring peace to the state. Citing the examples of Bodo Accord 2020 or the Karpi Peace Accord 2021 or the Tripura Peace Accord 2019, Nada said steps have been taken to safeguard the culture and tradition besides accepting the political and economic demands of the communities. As a result, the Northeast is prosperous and insurgency-free now. Nada also said that 66% of the state and the region is now free from armed forces, Special Power Act 1958. Calling the state as land of festivals, the land that fought for national aspirations, Nada also paid salute to the glorious history of the Nagas, filled of bravery and sacrifices.
I talk about the Naga Peace Accord which took place in 2015. Certain issues are there. Y. Patan and Inna Along are working on it. The bringing peace in Naga, by the Naga Accord, the same way the Tripura Peace Accord in 2019, the Bodo Peace Accord in 2020, the Karpi Anglo, the long pending issues of Northeast, may it be Bodo Accord, the political economic demands of the people of Bodo, that has been solved, along with safeguarding the culture, the tradition and the language of the people of Bodo. If we talk about Karpi Anglong Agreement, another milestone which has taken place under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, now it is insurgency-free, prosperous Northeast. It is a land which has fought for the national aspirations. We remember our respected Sri Mahonimo Naguli-ji, who fought with the Britishers to protect the native people of Nagaland with the support of the village people. The history tells us how Naga people, how the respected Naga people have fought for the culture, for the existence of culture, for the protection of culture, for the protection of the history. And they have dedicated their lives and they have fought with the Britishers. I really salute all of you for your traditional, very glorious history for protecting your own culture. I talk about the Naga Peace Accord which took place in 2015. Certain issues are there, why Patton and Inna along are...
As BJP National President JKP Nada arrived in Nagaland, Woka, he was welcomed by various dignitaries during the program where BJP leader and Deputy Chief Minister Yantongo Batan, along with the Minister of Higher Education and Tribal Affairs, Damchen Imna Along, in their speech, extended hearty welcome to the BJP chief. As well as the residents, Along expressed his excitement as Woka's Rupium village is the first place in the entire state that Nada set his feet on. He further stated that BJP's concern and confidence on the people of Woka has led to the historic day and also extended his blessings upon the people of Rupium. On the other hand, during the program, Waipaton, while addressing a gathering, announced that Nada's visit to Rupium village is not only for the people of the particular village, but a blessing for general Nagas as a whole. Both Batan and Damchen expressed gratitude to PM Modi and all central leaders for giving special attention and focus to the people of Nagaland, and further stated that the party is optimistic of performing better under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership in the upcoming Nagaland general elections.
लगा प्रार्थना आरो मोरम बुरा कौन बुरा प्रार्थना करिसे आरो जेपी नड्डा जी लगा थेंग आजी नागालैंड एस नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट पहिला बार आहा इतु ती कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी दे वोखा डिस्ट्रिक्ट दे नागालैंड आइसदे अपनी खान मुकुस्ते दूसरा एको नभाए भी मुई लंबा लेक्चर मारी बोले आहा नय आमा लगा दंगोर आगे दे बोइगिना से याते नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट अमगन लगा जेपी नड्डा जी दूसरा लगा प्रोग्राम दे जाइले 5 लाख 10 लाख मानो आ जगह आजी याते वोखा डिस्ट्रिक्ट एकता बुस्ती छुट्टी एकता दे अमगन लगा बीएलपी लीडर और डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर लगा कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी दे आहा मतलब तो क्या जवाब है पहिला बार दूसरा लगा कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी न जाएगी ना डंगोर टाउन दे न जाएगी ना अमगन लगा कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी दे आहा मतलब अमगन लगा नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट लगा मोरम आरो विश्वास आरो बीजेपी पार्टी लगा भरोसा अमगन वाई पितोंती आछदे एतु कारणे आजी आबुनी खान लगा मोरम बड़ा किमान जो निकटा होइगिना आछे अमगन याते क्लान सिस्टम अमगन याते अलग अलग बुस्ती सिस्टम इतु नकरिबे आबुनी खान सब कारणे बीजेपी पार्टी नेशनल पार्टी नरेंद्र मोदी लगा पार्टी जेपी नड्डा लगा पार्टी आरो वाई पेटोन लगा पार्टी मोलोमो किकोन लगा पार्टी याते अमगन सब कारणे आसे इतु कारणे
I would also like to thank Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, and all the central leadership for giving special attention to the state of Nagaland. The very presence of our Honorable BJP National President in our midst is a proof for the love and affection towards our people. Thank you, sir, for your constant blessing and guidance to me and BJP Karyakartas of Nagaland. Sir, with your blessing and able leadership, I'm glad to inform you that Nagaland has the highest registered BJP membership among various political parties of the state. The people people of Nagaland and BJP Karikatas are optimistically yearning to have double-engined government one day, for which we seek your constant blessings and guidance in making our dream and aspiration a reality. We are grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister for his vision, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayers. We are privileged to be a part of this great vision, which shall ensure creation of new India, including the state of Nagaland. Nagaland Assembly election is approaching soon, and we are all enthusiastic and confident to do better, sir. The Naga peoples are very happy with your leadership and BJP-led NTA government under the...
Well, the BJP National President Jagat Prakash Nada is on a two-day visit to the poll-bound state Nagaland. The NPCC President Gethiri called Nada's visit insignificant. He further commented that the BJP has accomplished nothing for the Nagas and Nada's visit is not worthy of any appreciation. Thierry pointed out that the BJP on 3rd August 2015 declared that the Naga political issue has been resolved. Again, in 2018, the BJP gave a slogan, Election for Solution. However, again on 31st October 2019 and February 2021, the BJP once again announced that the talks on Naga political problem has been resolved with all on board. However, the truth is, to this day, no solution is at sight. Thierry accused Chief Minister Nipio Rio and Nagaland BJP of committing crime against Nagaland demography by weakening the Christians and celebrating Hindu Deva in the state. He commented that the BJP has been involved in desecrating churches, forceful conversions, and attacks on Christians, Muslims, and other minorities. Thierry lamented that despite BJP's dangerous ideologies being visible, Nagas are running after BJP for money and power. Thierry reiterated that Nagaland needs a secular state government and its citizens should utilize their power of vote and elect a God-fearing party to power in the state. In order to advance true understanding among the Naga insurgent groups, the NSCN-IM and the Working Committee of the Naga National Political Groups renewed the Covenant of Reconciliation that was signed back in June 13, 2009. The development took place in the presence of the Forum for Naga Reconciliation, retired General V.S. Atem, collective leadership of NSCN-IM, and Alezo Venu, coordinator of Working Committee NNPGs, as signatories signed the document on Wednesday in Sofima. The decision was made by the leaders to uphold the text and spirit of the Covenant of Reconciliation, which was signed by retired Brigadier S. Shingya, late S.S. Kaplang, and late Isaac Chishisu. And further, the leaders issued a stern warning to all individuals and groups, urging them to abstain from all inflammatory language, presumptions and agendas. Notably, after a gap of almost 8 years, it was the first meeting, or rather joint meeting, facilitated by the Forum for Naga Reconciliation. Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Yantungu Baton, via Twitter, appreciated the group for taking the momentous stance of resolving to stay committed and finding ways to transcend differences through cooperation. The Naga Students Federation, in a press release on Thursday, expressed their happiness at the news of the September joint accordant signed by the leaders of NSCN-IM and the NNPGs. The federation, representing the voices of Naga youth and student community, heartily welcomed the historic agreement facilitated by the Forum for Naga Reconciliation. The Federation appreciated the wisdom of their nationalist leaders for responding to the call of the Naga people to come together and further express their deepest gratitude to the FNR in bringing this historic accord by activity liaising with different Naga political groups. While extending support towards Eastern Nagaland People's Organization's resolution to abstain from any central and state elections, the Chang frontal bodies under the initiative of Chang Kule Setchang has resolved to firmly stick with the decision made by ENPO. In this regard, a meeting was held on Monday. Later on Wednesday, CKS informed that they will firmly support the ENPO's resolution to boycott any central and state, and they resolved not to allow any electioneering process such as candidature declaration or campaigns within the Chang jurisdiction. The Lok Jan Shakti Party Ramvilas Nagaland on Wednesday affirmed that it supports the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization's demand for Frontier Nagaland. The party stated that ever since Nagaland attained statehood in 1963, the Eastern Nagas have been duly neglected in various development fields. Reportedly, around 20 MLAs have vowed not to participate in the upcoming state election until their demand for a separate state is met. The party said that it strongly supports the strong affirmation of the Eastern Naga politicians and MLAs, tribal bodies and other organizations from Eastern Nagaland for resolving not to take part in any election activities until their demand for Frontier Nagaland is met. It further assured that the hopes and aspirations of the Eastern Nagas would be restored and their demand fulfilled at the earliest time possible. Following acute shortage of teachers in Zinuburo Government College, the Zinuburo Range Students' Union has submitted a representation to the Department of Higher and Technical Education, seeking immediate appointment of 21 teachers in the college within 15 days. The representation was submitted through the Zinuburo Deputy Commissioner on Tuesday, ZGC being the only college in the district that has been catering to the needs of the students. The students and teachers of the college are facing untold hardships for many years due to lack of development and acute shortage of teachers. ZRSU President Kihuka K. Zumo said the shortage of teachers is hindering the teaching-learning process and the smooth functioning of the college to a large extent. He further stated that no appointment had been made in place of teachers who were transferred, promoted, or deceased. ZRSU appealed to the department to appoint the required number of teachers in all the departments at ZGC, as the academic career of students is being hampered due to the negligence of the department in appointing sufficient teachers in the college. Chief Electoral Officer of Nagaland, V. Shashank Shekhar, along with his team of officers and booth-level officers from Kohima district, joined the launching program of BLO e-Patrika by the Election Commission of India through video conferencing on Wednesday. The BLO e-Patrika was formally launched by the Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar along with Election Commissioner Anup Chandra Bandey at the Indian Habitat Center in New Delhi. The BLO e-Patrika will be a bi-monthly publication prepared by Systematic Voters Education and Electoral Participation Division in a digital format. The publication is bringing out by the Commission with an aim to ensure direct, periodic and timely communication with BLOs who are critical and vital link to provide electoral services to the citizens in the country. The Mon Battalion of Assam Rifles conducted a ration distribution camp under the aegis of Headquarters 7 Sector Assam Rifles at Mon District, hospital to provide aid under Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. The team distributed nutritious food items to 40 tuberculosis patients at the district hospital. The distribution camp was conducted by Mon Battalion in coordination with the Red Cross Society and head of tuberculosis office, District Hospital Mon. Dr. Tinelo James, commandant of Mon Battalion, Colonel Sandosh Rawat, promised all patients the support in their fight against the disease. The patients expressed their gratitude towards the Assam Rifles for the initiative.
Felt that we are very honored that we will be able to contribute to a noble cause. We will continue to support you. आप सबके साथ हम हमेशा रहेंगे. आपका जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट होगा, ये सिर्फ आज के लिए और सिर्फ ये न्यूट्रिशन तक लिमिटेड नहीं रहेगा. हमारी तरफ से आपकी जो बीमारी के साथ लड़ाई है.
The Nagaland police personnel of Narcotics cell PS, while conducting surprise checking at NH2, intercepted one Guwahati-bound XUV on Wednesday near a bridge between Kusama and Viswama village, which was coming from Imphal, Manipur. On thorough search of the vehicle, the Narcotics PS personnel detected and recovered 15 packets containing around 1.5 lakh tablets of suspected yaba. Accordingly, the driver along with the occupant, namely Muhammad Salam Khan and Abdur Rajak, were apprehended and the contraband items along with the vehicle was seized. A case has been registered for further investigation. The Kohima Municipal Council on Wednesday highlighted the guidelines of Central Consumer Protection Authority for all the concerned business establishments under KMC jurisdiction to prevent unfair trading practices and for the protection of consumers regarding the levy of service charge in hotels and restaurants. These guidelines shall be in addition to the earlier guidelines published by the Department of Consumer Affairs on 21st April 2017. If a hotel or restaurant levies service charge in violation of the guidelines, the consumer may make a request to the concerned hotel or restaurant to remove service charge from the bill. If the restaurant denies doing so, the consumer can lodge a complaint against them on the National Consumer Helpline by calling 1915 or through the NCH mobile app. One can also file a complaint against unfair trade practice with the Consumer Commission. The complaint can be filed electronically through the Dakil portal for its speedy and effective redressal. The consumer can also submit a complaint to the district collector of the concerned district. A felicitation program was held at Zenaburo District's Sports Council Indoor Stadium on Wednesday for Zenaburo District medal winners in the recently concluded 2nd Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games 2022. The program was organized by the chairman and the members of the District Sports Council Zenaburo. The advisor of school education and CERT, Katie Sukwalu, attended the event as the special guest and acknowledged young or the youth for their potentiality in the field of sports. He also encouraged the youth to maintain discipline and consistency. Two-time gold medalist in boxing, Nikito Tsuku, also attended the program.
We have succeeded in getting 14 medals. इतु साल तो हमें 14 medal पाइसे. तो last year ते तो मुझे खबर पाइसे last Olympic ते तो 8 medal पाइसे. तो 6 medal increase हुआ से. So all credit goes to our district sport council, our advisor Saab. I give my special thanks to our honorable advisor for his keen interest in sports activities. Sir, thank you very much. And also under leadership of our vice chairman Naga and all district sport council members, they are taking really good efforts.
At the time it was winding up, our medal tally suddenly shot up. You know, you must have heard many comments on social media, seen a lot of comments on social media. They want the district nil, but they do best what they do. they have obtained gold in boxing and wushu. That was the comment for many of our Naga brothers and sisters in the state. But I'm happy. As I see them, and as I shook my hands with them, I can see that they are really committed people. And I just would like to advise the upcoming athletes to keep up.
The PM Poshan Midday Meal Scheme centralized kitchen was launched at Government Primary School, Lingrijan in Dimapur on Wednesday. The kitchen was launched by the implementation agency, Community Educational Center Society Dimapur. The Deputy Commissioner and Chairman of PM Poshan Dimapur, Sachin Jaiswal, lauded the Department of Skill Education on the initiative, saying that it was a step forward and this would do much to the welfare of the children. The program was chaired by Additional Education Officer and PM Poshan Coordinator Kikali Achumi, Subdivisional Education Officer Apokla Longomar, and other dignitaries and representatives from various organizations and government schools. In a significant step to resolve insurgency issues and to maintain law and order in the northeastern region, Union government signed a tripartite peace accord with tribal militant groups from Assam today. The agreement has been signed in the presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi. The step was taken in order to maintain law and order in the state of Assam. The agreement was signed by the central government, Assam government, and 8 rebel outfits of Assam. The rebel groups include Adivasi People's Army, Santhal Tiger Force, Birsa Commando Force, Adivasi Corporate Militants of Assam, and All Adivasi National Liberation Army. The rebel groups are already having a ceasefire agreement with the government. The tribal groups have suspended their operation long time ago and are having peace talks afterwards. Assam police have already allotted special camps for hundreds of rebels from these groups. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma was also present during the signing of the agreement. CM Himanta Sharma had a meeting with the members of the tribal outfits at Assam House before signing the crucial agreement. Chief Minister Sharma said that the signing of the agreement will usher in a new era of peace and harmony in Assam.
असम और पूरे उत्तर पूर्व के लिए, नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए आज का दिन बहुत महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद उत्तर पूर्व को शांत और विकसित बनाने के लिए कई प्रकार के कार्यक्रम हाथ में लिए गए। इसमें सबसे बड़ा कार्यक्रम उत्तर पूर्व में शांति प्रस्तावित करना है।
Another milestone achievement for Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh's government as 13 militants surrendered in Imphal today. 12 Khatras of Kanglebak Communist Party People's War Group led by Home Secretary Muhammad Zubairi laid down their weapons and arms during a function held at Banquet Hall of Manipur. Banquet Hall. 1 Manipur rebels in Imphal, one insurgent from Group Kangle Yawol Kunat Lop also surrendered. KCB handed over 3 pistols, 3 IEDs with detonators, 3 radio sets and 3 extortion letters. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said that the government is always ready to hold peace talks with those who have come over ground so that they could live normal lives. Another victory for India in the war against terrorism as 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter in Srinagar on Wednesday night. The terrorists killed were involved in the killing of migrants earlier this year. The terrorists were affiliated with the terror outfit Ansur Ghazwat ul Hind. They were killed by Jammu and Kashmir police in the Nagaland area of Srinagar. A joint operation was launched by Jammu and Kashmir Police with the Indian Army after receiving information regarding the presence of terrorists in the Nagaland area. DGP Vijay Kumar stated that the neutralized terrorists were involved in the recent terror attack on an outside laborer named Munir-ul-Islam from West Bengal on September 2 in Pulwama. Police recovered an AK rifle, 2 pistols and other weapons stashes from the spot. In a horrifying incident, 2 minor Dalit sisters were found hanging from a tree yesterday afternoon in Lakhimpur-Kheri district of Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh police said that the 2 sisters were allegedly raped and strangled before being hanged. Police have already arrested 6 men and have charged them under sections of Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012. 1 accused was caught in an encounter by the police. The 6 accused have been identified as Chutu, Junaid, Sohail, Hafizul, Garimuddin and Arif. SP Sanjeev Suman said the girls were lured away to farms and raped by Sohail and Junaid when the girls insisted the accused marry them. Sohail, Hafizul and Junaid strangulated them and killed them. They then called Garimuddin and Arif and hanged the girls to eliminate any evidence.
दोस्ती के प्रिटेक्स्ट पे उनसे दोस्ती की। कल दोपहर के समय वो मोटरसाइकिल लेकर के गांव में आए थे ये तीनों लड़के और लड़कियों को बहला के ले गए। इनको पहले खेत में ले गए, वहां इनके इच्छा के विरुद्ध इनसे शारीरिक संबंध बनाए। महिलाओं ने उनसे शादी करने की बात कही और वो इस जिद पे अड़ गई कि हमें शादी करनी है। इस बात से शुद्ध होकर लड़कों ने गला दबा करके उनके कथनानुसार चुन्नी दुपट्टे से गला कस के उसकी हत्या कर दी। इसके बाद 2 और
Bollywood actor Noora Fatehi appeared before the Economic Offences Wing of the Delhi Police on Thursday for an investigation related to an extortion case linked to alleged conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. The Delhi Police had called her for questioning on her alleged role in the case for second time. Fatehi was questioned alongside Pinky Irani, who allegedly introduced her to the conman. Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama is scheduled to visit Sikkim by the end of October this year. Minister Sonam Lama, on the request of Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang, met the spiritual leader at his office in Dharamshala. Minister Sonam Lama said that the Dalai Lama has accepted the invitation and has expressed his desire to visit Sikkim. Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang further added that it will be a privilege for the devotees of the state to seek blessing from the 14th Dalai Lama. Guwahati's Lokopriya Gopinath Bordoloi International Airport has added another feather in its cap by obtaining the International Organization for Standardization certification today. The certification was given for maintaining airport's quality management system, overall development and for operational management. These certifications are awarded globally for occupational health and safety management, quality management system and environmental management system. Chief Airport Officer Utbal Borua said that the certification reflects the airport's team's hard work towards ensuring top-notch quality management. He expressed his joy as the airport has met industry standards and best practices. Several Khalistani terrorists attacked the Pap's Swaminarayan Temple in Toronto with anti-Indian slogans on Wednesday, and the walls of the temple were painted with slogans. The Canadian authorities were urged to take necessary action by the Indian High Commission in Ottawa as they condemned the act of vandalism. The mayor of Brampton expressed his displeasure with the vandalism, while Indian-origin Canadian MP Chandra Arya via Twitter alleged that Canadian Khalistani extremists were responsible for the defacement. Well, two separate reports have come from Europe where Russian President Vladimir Putin survived an assassination attempt and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky gets involved in car accident. Putin's car was attacked while traveling to his official residence in Tikhoy motorcycle. Putin was inside his limousine when a loud bang was heard from the left front wheel of the car, followed by heavy smoke. Putin managed to escape without any injuries. Reports came from a Kremlin insider who told General GVR Telegram channel. On the other hand, President Volodymyr Zelensky met with a car collision without any serious injuries in Kiev on Wednesday. And with that, we wind up our English Primetime. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chipen Kung signing off.